right, guys, phase 3 is where it gets all tied together into that lifelong, predictable results lifestyle. That's where we're at. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, I told you it was way simpler than people want to make it out to be. And what happened? Phase 1, we created correct choices. Phase 2, we created healthy habits. Now phase 3, we're tying that all in together, and here's how we do this. Now, I'm gonna introduce, and I'm a big fan of this, introducing some more foods, because now you're at the point where you're so reconnected back to your primal instincts, your primal DNA, that you're gonna be able to read in real time how these foods that you're going to introduce, and I highly suggest you do this to get the real world feedback, because you can read all the books, watch all the videos, but unless you literally experience it yourself, there's nothing like it. So I want you to start to add in some of those vegetables you feel like you've been missing. I want you to start to add in some of those fruits that you feel like you've been missing, some of those carbohydrates that you feel like you've been missing. Your body's going to tell you how you're reacting in real time. I also, if you want, add in a cheat meal or a cheat day and see how your body and your mind reacts, because that's the way you're going to truly learn how this all works, by experimenting. Because now you're experimenting on the cleanest slate you can experiment with. What I do suggest is you don't do them all at once, because now you're going to be back to where you were in the beginning and you're not sure what's what. So my suggestion would be, first week or two, throw in some vegetables, see how you feel. Some salads, see how you feel. Then some fruits, see how you feel. And if you want to throw in a cheat meal or a cheat day, do that. You're going to get the real world stats in real time. There's nothing more powerful than that. That's why I suggest also with the membership, the Primal Pack, now we're going to tweak the meal plans, the templates for the third month, for the phase 3. And remember, all these, this is a moving target, because we're hormones. Everything's moving. We're human beings. So this is nothing set in stone. You're just now are equipped to be able to navigate in real time with real world results. That's the power of this. So I have the meal plans for the men and women for the phase 3, adding in foods. And remember, the key to all this though, in order to get the real stats, is whatever you're going to add in. You're going to add in the fruits or the vegetables or even the cheat day. In order to do this correctly, especially for the fruits and the vegetables, and maybe if you want some carbs, you've got to make sure though your animal protein, your animal fat is higher than anything else, no matter what you do. So when I go out, I love to have a ribeye or a New York strip with a Caesar salad, but I make sure that my animal protein, my animal fat consumption completely outweighs that salad. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe some grilled asparagus or something like that, right? Or even some fruit, right? A cup of fresh fruit. But I want to make sure that animal protein, that steak, ground meat, that I usually don't even just have chicken. Chicken for me, like I'll have wings, but they're usually air fried and they're just another part. But I always have the whole eggs and the beef, because it's the most nutrient dense. So you just want that to outweigh it when you start to add in those other foods, but you're gonna feel in real time how you're feeling. Now, you wanna do a full-on cheat day, and now you're gonna know how you feel. You wanna add in the alcohol, by all means. You'll know how you feel. You're gonna get that real world feedback. This whole mechanism gives you that feedback in real time. That's how powerful you are right now into this third phase. That's why we don't do it in the second or the first phase. We want a clean slate. We want to bring you back to those primal DNA, and that's where you are, assuming that you follow every one of my steps up to this point. Now you've defaulted into intermittent fasting. You know you can go 12, 15, 18 hours, 24 hours without a meal and not fall apart. How cool is that? How powerful is that? Now we can talk about extended water fasting. So me personally, the longest I've done that I could give you real world experience on is a 72-hour fast. For me, extended fasting, what I've found is I've done multiple 48 hours, I've done multiple 32 hours, 36 hours, 24 hours, and intermittent fasting is like second nature to me. But my sweet spot, and you can find your sweet spot, my sweet spot honestly seems to be like 32 hours. I feel like it's that happy, it's that sweet spot. I get the best of both worlds. I feel like that the cells are being rejuvenated, we're turning that clock back, you're cleaning, you're just resetting everything, the internal clock, without forcing it. For me, personally, when I start getting past that 32 hours, then I consciously break through the hunger windows. But I had some 48-hour fasts that, man, 38 hours into it, man, the mental clarity, the natural energy, second to none. Again, this is where you're at. You've reset this whole mechanism, this whole being, these hormones, everything you've actually reset and taken control of, which creates your personal freedom now. You're not shackled to anything. Think about this. Say you take a flight to Dubai, you take a flight across the world, or you take a flight and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I know I'm not gonna eat this food on the plane, but I don't have anything with me, and now we're stuck, right? On the plane, on the tarmac for a few hours. Now I'm already 8 hours in. Now this is gonna be another 15 hours, or it's gonna add up to 15 hours. I've been there. You've been there plenty of times, the first two phases. It's nothing. But if you haven't been there and you're feeding off of that processed food and you have that alcohol in your system on a consistent basis, now you all of a sudden you go sideways, you start to fall apart. You get headaches, you feel weak, you feel tired, you feel sick because you haven't eaten in 8 hours. When in reality, the first two phases, you've gone 15 hours without even trying. You've gone 18 hours without even trying. You've gone 12 hours without even trying. This is getting your personal power back. This is your God-given gifts that you're entitled to once you realign with them. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the Primal Pack is all about. This is what this community, this family organization is all about. Surrounding yourself with the people that you can actually help, and it's going to help you. And now we're into this third phase to where there are predictable results. So remember in the first two phases, we said the scale can become your worst enemy. Now think about this, it's going to become your best friend. I utilize my scale almost every single morning. When I'm traveling, if there's not a scale in the Airbnb, if there's not a scale in the hotel, I'm looking for one, right? I'll find the gym that they have somewhere. I'm looking for one. Here's why. It becomes your best friend because now you're at the point where you're close to or at your ideal body weight, where you're very close. Now that scale in the morning, going to bed, and in the morning, you get in the habit of weighing yourself. Now you know if you're really fat adapted. So I'm 2 to 3 pounds lighter every single morning. Now that's fluids and sodium. I understand that. But I'm a fat burning machine now, lean muscle building machine. When I'm off on that, it tells me in real time right away. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I'm getting off track here. When I first started this 5 years ago, I think it was like 120 days into the holidays where it was straight animal protein, animal fat, didn't divert from anything. Then coming into the spring, I wasn't using the scale and I started to veer off. Let me try this, let me eat this, let me see this. All of a sudden, through the spring into the summer, I was in an event. So it's summertime, got a tank top on, and people were taking pictures, and I saw these pictures. I'm like, oh wow, wait a minute, hold on. I literally gained 17 pounds without even realizing it because I kept looking at myself in the mirror, and then the clothes were fitting tighter, but I was still saying, you know what, no, I'm good, I'm still good. Maybe 2-3 pounds, I'm good. 17 pounds because I wasn't utilizing that scale every single morning. I love it. It becomes your greatest tool in real time, instantly. That's why this is the most effective and efficient lifestyle ever gonna come across for mental clarity, deeper sleep, better recovery, lean muscle, fat burning machine, fat burning adapted, endless energy, turning the clock back in 10, 15, 20-year chunks. And this is not theory. I get my blood work done quarterly. This is not theory. This is real. This is real, lifelong, predictable results. When you come to phase 3, you come to the end of phase 3, you will now able to predict on a daily basis. You will now be able to share this and teach this to other people, hopefully the younger generation, so we can start to turn this mass destruction of society on its head. We can start to really shift this massacre that's been going on to society for the last 70 plus years. That's the movement of Primal Power Lifestyle. That's what this is all about. That's what gets my juices flowing. That's my oxygen. That's why I love this so much. And that's why I created this family, Primal Pack. That's why I created and wanted to share and put down the real information on how to walk through these phases. And I'm telling you, effortlessly, compared to what other people are telling you, that you need to grind, you need discipline, you need to live like a militant or else it's not gonna work. That's not personal freedom to me. I'm still shackled, right, to that ideology. I want personal freedom. I want to reconnect back to my primal instincts. I want my God-given right to walk around with lean, hard, athletic muscle, abs, clear mental capacity, better level of sleep, feeling good, looking forward to the morning. That's my God-given right. That's what I'm all about. That's what this movement is all about. Primal Power Lifestyle and the Primal Pack. Our God-given right. We're not supposed to live as a militant. We're supposed to enjoy this ride. We're supposed to look forward to the morning. We're supposed to look forward to going to bed, putting your head on the pillow and falling asleep instantly and getting into that deep sleep. And then when we wake up, when your dog wakes you up in the middle of the night like mine does, you go back to sleep. Or if it's 4 a.m. for me, good, I'm good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Or else what's the purpose? If the purpose is to just grind and live on this hamster wheel that you're so terrified of getting off, or else you're going to go sideways, or if this purpose is to wake up in a fog, wake up in this depressed mood, to wake up in this cloudiness, to wake up with joint pain, to wake up with irritable bowel syndrome, to wake up with I can't even digest my food correctly, to wake up with all these engine lights going on, that's not my jam. I'm not interested in any of that. I have zero interest in negotiating anything less than my peak. That's it. That's my identity. So, guys, phase 3, now you can teach it to other people because you know how to get lifelong, predictable results. That's what this is all about. Thank you so much. And keep giving back to the Primal Pack. People need this. You made it the 90 days. Now it's about those minor tweaks, creating quantum leaps for yourself that you now share with other people. Now it's your obligation to share this. Let's go.